want to talk about a class action lawsuit that has come to a settlement by the biggest social media platform, whether or not you've heard about this settlement or not. So they're going to pay every single user on Facebook a little chunk of change that if you were a user from the date of 2007 to think it was like December something in 2022, then you have to give up all your details so that you can get some sort of reward. And you have till August, I think 25th, 2023. So I'm going to discuss this class action lawsuit and how it's being paid out, how much will be paid out, which is not not a set amount that anybody can determine, because the amount that each person will get allegedly depends on how long you were a user. And then I'm going to talk about exactly what it is that they did wrong that they have to pay everybody. So, but this is a lawsuit that was filed in the District, California. And I don't know how much people have heard about this in the news, but obviously, the more people that file a claim, the less that people will get paid. That's just basically how it works. And so, but there was an article that stated it depends also on how long you were a user. So, say if you're somebody who's had multiple accounts, maybe you got locked out of one, you had to start another account, they're going to, whatever claim that you file, the account that you use for the claim, it's like you could have multiple accounts, but you're only going to get paid for, as far as I understand, for one account. So you the person is only going to get paid once, regardless of how many accounts that you have through Facebook. So if you have an account, depending on how long you've had the account, so if you have multiple accounts, from what I understand, the account that's been on Facebook the longest, I don't know if they go by how much you've used the account, but I think from what I understand, it goes by how long you've had the account. So if you just joined last year or 2 years ago, you probably get paid less than somebody who joined 10 years ago or longer. And so anyways, I'm going to share a link to this article. This is by Inside Hook, and it just talks about, you know, your reward, according to this, will likely cover a free meal, but Facebook built one of the largest, most influential media properties in history by growth hacking off your personal data and mind across your life, and then covered it up. Here's the big issue. You think, oh, they were made to pay, they were made to pay. But you know what? No accountability for either of them. And it says there's no public awareness to users if their data went to hostile countries. I think that's pretty serious. You know, I don't know if what they did was actually criminal. If it was, then why did they just, I mean, $725 million is the payout. They make billions. So that's like chump change to them. And they built their empire making billions. A lot of that off of, they just know telling exactly how much money they made off of people's data over the last decade and a half, you know. At any rate, but the final approval hearing for the settlement is set to take place on September 7th, 2023. And the members of the class of lawsuit have until July 26th to file or postmark. So if you haven't been on your Facebook page in a while, you might want to check, see if you've got a message in your, they'll send like a link in your message. And also beware, I'm sure that there's going to be phishers. When they see something like this, you're probably going to get a lot of spam. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm just certain that the way there's so many trolls and scammers on Facebook, that if you do go on your Facebook account and you see that there's a link being shared in your message box for filing a claim, because they do give you, when you do the form and fill out the form, you'll give your name, your address, your email address, and you will also be giving options for payment of your claim. And you'll have different, you can give your direct bank account, you can give your credit card number, you can give Venmo, there's PayPal, all these different options. So be very careful if you go on Facebook to make your claim, to make sure, validate that it is the actual Facebook link and not some spammer. Okay. You can opt out of getting paid via a bank account and just ask for a paper check in the mail, which I think would be the safest route to go. Just there's so many spammers and scammers on Facebook, unfortunately. But at any rate, yeah, so if you've been a long time Facebook user, and you haven't heard about this, um, I mean, I don't even know really, honestly, if it's worth giving out all your personal data like that for a few bucks, you know, if that's what you get after they pay. I don't know if they're just paying United States citizens. I haven't seen that yet. I'll probably look into it a little bit more. But, Facebook has billions of users, but there's actually a small, tiny amount of accounts on Facebook that are actually Americans. Facebook is an American company, but it is way more foreigners on Facebook than there is Americans, just because the amount of users they have. And there's only 350 million Americans, you know what I mean? And they have billions. Well, they have, you know, anyways. But I don't know if this is just for Americans that are getting paid. So that's, I don't know. I think that it's possible that it's across the board. So at any rate, check it out and comment below what you think about this. Thanks for listening, stopping in. Hope you have a blessed day.